What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is your review for Love After Lockup Season 3, Episode 41. So, let's just jump into it. Let me get the easy people out the way before I get to this food-la-la and shenanigans. So, Brittany and Ray, they easy breezy. Brittany shows up to pick Ray up. Ray grandmama show up. Ray grandmama said, listen, at the end of the day, I don't know her. I don't know what her intentions are with my grandbaby. And I don't need permission to come see him, pick him up, or do whatever else I want to do with him. Because she was like, oh, I didn't know you were coming. You ain't have to know she was coming. She grandma. Hell, Ray didn't even know she was coming. So I don't know how she knew he was getting out. But grandmothers find a way. So, he comes out and he starts walking to the corner. And she was like, where is he going? Child, he was going to the corner because he wasn't going to jaywalk. He just got out of jail. He ain't about to get arrested for jaywalking, okay? So he came over there. Listen, something wrong with Ray. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying I ain't trying to say he's slow or nothing like that. But I just feel like Ray is just not with us. I feel like maybe the whole moment has not hit him yet. Maybe he is still processing. Maybe he is still dealing with past trauma. I don't know. Maybe them drugs did something to him. But he is just, I don't feel like Ray with us. Do y'all get the impression? Do y'all feel what I'm saying? You understand what I'm talking about? Ray feel like like everybody else here and Ray here. I don't know if he's not feeling the cameras. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. But I'm feeling like it's like this with Ray. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. So then they get back to the house and everything, and of course she ready to get it in. She ready to take him to bed and get it in, and he's kind of like, yeah, so show me the rest of the house. Oh, okay. All right, well, what you got in the refrigerator? It was just weird, but they did, of course, end up going in the room and closing the door, child. So we got them out the way. Let's talk about Anissa and Jeff. So Anissa finally picks Mr. Jeff up, and this time he there. And he's ready to go because he's been paroled to her. He got the ankle monitor on his leg and everything. And she immediately starts talking about the wedding. And you can tell immediately that she is not feeling this wedding. Like, she ain't here for he is not feeling the wedding. That he is just kind of going along with the get along. She starts talking about flowers and stuff, which, let's be clear, most men don't give a damn about that anyway. Even under the best of circumstances, most men don't care about what kind of flowers are at the wedding. So that ain't even a conversation he would have cared about, even if he cared about getting married, which I don't think he does. He said that he done had 5 girlfriends since he done been in jail. He said him and Anissa known each other for 11 years, but hell, he done had 5 other girlfriends. And we know that when he was released them other 2 times, he ain't come to Anissa. So he clearly was going to one of them other 5 girlfriends and dealing with them, or 4 girlfriends. I guess Anissa make number 5. I don't know. So they get to the house, and Anissa was like, he plugs up his ankle monitor. And she like, what we doing, bruh? He was like, what you mean? I got juice up. I can't let it go dead or I'm going to get in trouble. She was like, well, do you have enough juice to get to the bedroom and give me a little something, something? Because I've been waiting for 11 years for this. Oh, well, hell, why you ain't say that from the beginning? So they get up in the bedroom, and we see them the next morning, and they talking and stuff. I don't know what's going on with Jeff's mouth. I don't know if the medical care of the state did not provide for the best dental work, but something's going on with Ray mouth. With Jeff mouth. I don't know what it is, but okay, whatever. So, they're talking in the morning, they doing that afterglow conversation. So he goes outside, and come to find out, he got a whole nother girlfriend he been talking to, okay? Are we surprised? Is anybody surprised that Jeff got a whole nother situation going on over to the side? Sorry, hold on, let me mute that. Is anybody surprised that Jeff got a whole nother situation going on over to the side? I'm not. I don't think anybody is. So we got that going on. So Anissa's friend comes through. Come to find out, he used to be in jail. He said, listen, I know what it's like. I get it. I understand. I was a guest to the state too. And when I got out, he said, you got it really good here. You got a good hookup here. Don't screw it up kind of thing. And he was like, well, I gotta, he said, well, the way I look at Anissa's friend is, I'm going to keep my enemies close, my friends close and my enemies closer. And maybe I should confide. I got a secret I've been keeping from her. And maybe I should tell him the secret. In what universe do you think that telling the dude that already done basically told you he's keeping an eye on you, he don't trust you, and he think you using her, what world do you think it's a good idea to tell him your secret, whatever the secret is. I don't know if the secret is that you're cheating on her. I don't know what the secret is. But in what world do you think that's a good idea that ain't going to get back to Anissa? So then we have Nicole. I mean, not Nicole. We have Lisa and Stan. So Stan and Lisa are down to the restaurant, and he's apologizing stuff, and she's giving him the side eye like, whatever, I don't believe you, I don't believe that you really apologizing because you really mean it. I feel like you just, you know, saying what you think I want to hear kind of thing. So she was like, you know, well, I accept your apology, but, you know, I'm still kind of side-eyeing you. He was like, well, look, let's get out of here. I want to take you back to the house. We could talk and cuddle a little bit. I said, at the end of the day, all Stan is trying to do is get some ass, okay? All of this is so Stan can get him some ass. And she know it. Lisa's not stupid. She knows it. So they in the car. She said, well, just because I'm going back with you doesn't mean I'm going to spend the night. He was like, I know. We'll talk about that when we get there. Don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it. So they get in the car, and she starts talking about how, you know, you promised me a car. Are we going to get me a car? And I don't think it's a good idea that I stay at your house, you know, in light of what happened with, you know, that first night. Maybe I need to get my own place. And are you going to, you know, pay for it? You going to give me my own place? And you can see it all in Stan's face, like, hell no. Nah. And you see in his face that he feeling some kind of way about the situation. Stan is like, no, I'm not about to, like, I saw it. He was like, I ain't about to, hell no, I ain't about to give her nothing. No, ma'am. No, Pam. No, ma'am. So he's like, you don't even have a driver's license. I'll worry about that later. He was like, but you want me to buy you a car? So then he says, fine, I'll give you $5,000 for a car. Sure, I'll give you $5,000. He ain't a bit more planning to get that woman no $5,000 for a car than the man in the moon, okay? So they get to arguing, and Stan done ran the damn red light. So he gets pulled over, and she talking about something, I got PTSD from red and blue lights. She talking about something, she got however many felonies. I guess the hell you do. Every time you see the police, you think you about to go to jail. Because she is really stressing out and upset. Like, oh my goodness, if they ask for my ID and they run my ID, I'm going back to jail. Did you escape? Are you out of jail illegally? There is no reason in the world why this man getting pulled over for running a red light. If his license is clean, if his registration is clean, ain't nowhere in the world that you worried about going to jail just because if they pull and they find out that your ass just got released. Ma'am, calm the fuck down. First of all, the police officer gonna probably think he your daddy, okay? So he's not gonna think that y'all Bonnie and Clyde out here robbing banks. That's number one. Number two, you a white woman. You ain't got to be worried about the police, okay? You got felonies because you just out here doing dumb shit. Not because you running red lights, okay? Stan ain't even get a damn ticket. The man let him go with a warning. All right? She talking about something. And he didn't even check on me. He didn't even check on me. You were literally sitting right next to him. Check on you for what? But you was the same person 5 minutes earlier, didn't have no problem getting a car and driving illegally. You wasn't worried about breaking the whole law with an illegal vehicle and driving it with no license. Now you nervous about getting pulled over when somebody else is driving? Lisa, make this shit make sense. Make it make sense. So now you got an attitude with Stan. Y'all get to the house and y'all are arguing or whatever. And Stan is like, listen, if you ain't about to give me no ass, you can go home. Because let's be clear, that's all he is concerned about. So when she makes it clear that she ain't going to give him none, he was like, oh, okay, well, you can go. Like, you could go. I'm not working this hard for no ass, okay? I done already paid you for it. We had an arrangement. You know what the deal was. You know what it was. You shaking me down for more than what we had agreed upon, okay? So, yeah, you can go. Baby, he throws her trash bag, because that's what she had. All her stuff in was like a little trash bag. He throws her trash bag out on the street with her envelope, I guess, with all her paperwork in it. Baby, I said, you know what? Stan is dangerous. Because he done threw that woman out in the middle of the night. So now she is literally walking down the street in these damn high heel boots, carrying her trash can with her paperwork in her hand. Her trash bag. And now I'm sure WETV filmed her walking down the street and then they gave her a ride somewhere. I'm pretty certain of that. But let's be clear. I don't think Stan cared whether WETV was there or not. He was putting her ass out his house. Child. Now Josh and old girl, they wasn't really no whole lot there. What's her name? Erica, the one that went to jail, that was a corrections officer. Basically, she think that he not doing all that he could be doing. He's paroled. He won't be paroled to her. He has to live with his aunt because she's still on probation. So he can't stay at her house, and she's just feeling some kind of way because her thing is the gravity of her situation is hitting her. I gave up my career, I gave up my freedom, and now I'm a fucking convicted felon because of you. And you sitting here playing the PlayStation. Child, we saw her getting fitted for her wedding dress. The whole time she complaining though, but she at the wedding place getting fitted for a wedding dress, but she complaining the whole time. I'm like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Anyway. All right, last but not least, let's get to this whole Dante Nicole situation. So Dante and Nicole are at Dante's house. They're fixing dinner for his mama. He wants her to meet the mama. Now, Nicole is not a bit more interested in meeting Dante's mama. Why? Because Nicole don't give a damn about Dante. That's it. That's all. They're there, and she gonna tell him, well, either she likes me or she doesn't, and if she don't like me, then oh well, that'll be the last time that I'll be around her. And so Dante is already feeling some kind of way because that's his mama, right? So then she gonna say, oh, I forgot today was Kai's birthday. He was like, Kai? Like your ex-girlfriend, Kai? Like the one, she was like, yeah, I want to go call her to wish her a happy birthday. Sir, ma'am, that's a text. First of all, you don't even need to be doing that. But at the end but if you are, that's a text. You don't need to call her. So, of course, he's immediately pissed off because he is like, why are you still even talking to your ex? So then she going to go into his bedroom. He going to come in there to hear the conversation. She talking about can I have some privacy? He was like, what? You mean in my house on the phone that I paid for? Now, for a minute, I thought Dante was about to really go in. I thought he was about to put his foot down. I thought he was about to be like, I'm done with this. But, of course, he didn't, child. He left. Now, he mad, though. He talking about see, if it was me, if I was on the phone with my ex, it'd be a problem. I don't think it would because I don't think Nicole give a damn. So he overhears her talking about come and get me. He get on my nerves. I don't want to be here. So he's overhearing this whole conversation. While she's doing that, she is snooping through his stuff and she finds the sex toy. And of course, that sets her off. Oh my gosh, this is so disgusting. I told him to get rid of this. Why does he have it? Because you won't give him none. I mean, that's why people have sex toys, because they need a release. So they get to arguing. She's arguing with him about the sex toy. He's arguing with her about what he's overhearing her say on the phone to her friend. And he's like, you know what? You can just go. You could go. Because all this stuff that I done bought you, you could go. Leave my shit and get up out of here. And of course, Nicole don't want that. Because the gravy train about to leave the station, baby. And she don't want no parts of that. So now she was like, Deontay, I don't want to do this with you. He was like, I don't want to do it with you either. Well, what do we need to do to fix this? What you mean what we need to do to fix it? Ain't nothing to fix. I was like, boy, if you don't put her ass out this house. So they talk it out. And he's like, I really want to be with you. I want this to work out. I love you. Yada, yada, yada. So they, So then here come Mama. Y'all already know Mama ain't here for it. Mama ain't feeling it. Mama see right through her. Mama was like, listen. And then Mama found out that they ain't intimate. She said, listen, let me explain something. Women like sex as much as men do. You mean to tell me you've been locked up all this time? You've been talking to my son for 2 years and y'all ain't been intimate yet? Oh, yeah, that's a problem for me. She was like, because you ain't really into my son. You into what my son can do for you. And don't forget, earlier in the evening, before all of this even popped off, she was giving him the paperwork on her boob job, and it's like $6,000 or $7,000. And she was just like, he going, and of course he was like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Well, that's what you promised. You promised. He was like, well, I mean, if I guess if I don't pay my rent or something, I guess I'll just have to do what I got to do. You mean you would not pay your bills for me? He was like, yeah, if that's what it takes to make you happy. She talking about oh, that's so sweet. That is. So you cool with living in a car with him when his ass get put out of his apartment because he ain't paid his rent so he could buy you some damn boobs? That's cute to you? Ooh, people's priorities and mindsets is just all fucked up. So mama let it be clear and let it be known that she was not here for Miss Nicole. She see her for who she is. She ain't fooled by it. She is not in any sort of denial about Nicole and Miss Nicole. And then Nicole was like, well, stop comparing. I don't like being compared to the ex. I think that you feel some kind of way about me because of the last girl that treated him bad and y'all are comparing us. No, she see you. She sees you, Miss Nicole, for exactly who you are. Okay? So later on in the night, he's taking her home. Because, of course, she's not going to spend the night with him. He's taking her home. And she was like, you don't have to walk me to the door. And he was like, what you mean I don't have to walk you to the door? She was like, well, I don't want to wake up my mom. And the dogs wake my mom up. And she gets mad. So I just, don't worry about it. You don't have to walk me to the door. He was like. So when she gets out the car, he was like, I always walk her to the door. I walk her to the door every time I bring her home. Well, all of a sudden tonight, she don't want me to walk her to the door. Then he sees her go up to the porch, and instead of going in the house, she sits down on the porch and is on her phone. He was like, yeah, something ain't right with this whole situation. So he goes down the block. He turns the lights off. He goes down the block, and he turns the lights off, and he's watching what's going on. And, of course, a few minutes later, some dude pulls up, white guy in a car pull up, and Deontay pulls up on her like, what's up, Nicole? And that's where the episode ends. Deontay, clearly from the previews, this goes on longer than it should. But I hope at the end of this, you realize exactly who this is that you're dealing with. Okay? Okay. I'm out. Peace.